You woke up today, didn't you? That means you've been given another shot, another chance, another day to prove that the person staring back at you in the mirror isn't the final version of who you can be. But let me ask you this, are you truly living or are you just getting by? Because too many people walk this earth as shadows of their potential, hiding behind excuses, fears, and a comfort zone that's slowly smothering their dreams. Not you, not this year, not anymore. You've heard it before, life isn't fair. But let me flip that script for you. Life doesn't owe you fairness because it's not here to hand you guarantees. It's here to hand you opportunities. And what you do with those opportunities, that's your story. That's your legacy. When I was born, doctors told my parents I wouldn't live a normal life. No arms, no legs, no limits. Can you imagine the looks on their faces? But here's the thing about limits, they're real only if you let them be. Life dared me to dream and I dared to believe. And today, I'm daring you. What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for someone to tell you it's okay to go all in? Are you waiting for the perfect moment? Let me save you some time. There's no such thing as perfect. There's only now, right now. This is your moment to take the first step, even if it's messy. Even if you're scared, even if you don't have it all figured out. Success doesn't wait for you to have all the answers. It's built by the ones who have the courage to start. Here's the thing in a world that's constantly demanding you to conform. Disappearing isn't always a bad thing. You know what you need to disappear from? The noise, the distractions. The toxic habits that keep pulling you back to the version of yourself you're trying to outgrow. When you choose to disappear, you're choosing focus, you're choosing growth, you're choosing to become so consumed by your vision that the world doesn't recognize you when you emerge. You have to ask yourself what's stopping you. Is it the fear of failing? Let me tell you something about failure. It's not a wall, it's a stepping stone. Every failure is a lesson. Every setback is set up for something greater. I've fallen literally and figuratively more times than I can count. But every time I chose to get back up, I chose to fight. I chose to push forward, even when everything in me screamed to quit. Do you know what's scarier than failure? Regret. Waking up one day and realizing you settled for less than you were capable of. That you let the world's opinion hold you back. That you let your own doubts rob you of your destiny. But you can avoid that. You can start right now by making the decision to break free from the old you and commit to becoming the person you were created to be. Success doesn't come to those who wait, it comes to those who work. It's not handed out like candy, it's earned. One small choice at a time. The choice to wake up earlier. The choice to stay disciplined when it's easier to quit. The choice to say no to things that don't serve your purpose. This is where the magic happens, not in big leaps, but in small, consistent steps. You need to embrace the grind. You need to love the process more than the outcome. Because when you fall in love with the daily pursuit of excellence, the results take care of themselves. Don't chase the finish line, chase the growth. Chase the version of you that makes you proud. And when you do, the world will take notice. Let me tell you this, the person you are today has nothing on the person you can become. The potential inside you is limitless. But it will stay locked away until you decide to unleash it. And the key to unlocking it, it's you, your discipline, your hunger, your faith that no matter what life throws your way, you can rise above it. You want 2025 to be different? Then you need to be different. You need to disappear from the things holding you back and become unrecognizable, not just to the world, but to yourself. Look in the mirror 1 year from now and see someone stronger, wiser, and more driven than ever before. That starts today. That starts now. So what's your move? Because here's the truth, no one's coming to save you. You have to save yourself. You have to be your own hero. And when you do, you won't just change your life, you'll inspire others to change theirs. This is your moment. Don't just seize it, own it. Starting over is one of the most powerful decisions you can make in life. It's not about running away from your past, but about consciously stepping into a future that aligns with the person you want to become. Disappearing doesn't mean isolating yourself forever. It means withdrawing from the patterns, habits, and environments that are holding you back. It's about shedding the old version of yourself, the one that's been shaped by fear, doubt, and complacency, and allowing a stronger, more focused version to emerge. When you're constantly surrounded by noise, social media distractions, negative influences, or societal pressures, you lose clarity on what really matters. Disappearing creates space for self-reflection, growth, and transformation. It gives you the chance to redefine who you are without the weight of other people's expectations. Imagine stepping back from the world temporarily, like a sculptor stepping away from a block of marble. With time, patience, and intentional effort, you can chip away at the parts of your life that no longer serve you and reveal the masterpiece hidden beneath. This process requires courage. It means admitting that the life you're living now isn't the one you're truly capable of. It means having the strength to let go of what's familiar in exchange for what's possible. The truth is, starting over isn't a sign of weakness, it's a display of strength. It's a commitment to growth, to becoming better, and to leaving behind the excuses and limitations that have kept you stuck. By choosing to disappear, you give yourself the gift of reinvention. You become the architect of your own future, designing a life that's not just lived but fully realized. This journey won't be easy. There will be moments of doubt and days when it feels like nothing is changing. But those are the moments that define you. Those are the moments when growth is happening beneath the surface. The process of starting over is like planting a seed. It takes time for the roots to grow before you see the results above ground. Choosing to disappear and start over is your declaration to the world that you're not afraid to change. It's a commitment to yourself that no matter how difficult the road ahead may be, it's worth it. Because at the end of this journey, you'll emerge unrecognizable, not because you've changed superficially, but because you've transformed deeply. Silence the noise in your life and watch how everything changes. In a world that is louder than ever, distractions are everywhere, notifications constantly ping, opinions flood your mind, and everyone seems to have a say about who you should be or what you should do. But here's the truth, if you want to transform, you need to tune all of that out. You need to disconnect from the noise and reconnect with yourself. The noise doesn't just come from the outside, it often comes from within. It's the voice of doubt whispering that you're not good enough. It's the fear telling you that you'll fail. It's the comparison trap making you feel like you're always behind. To silence the noise, you have to confront it head on. You have to recognize that the only opinions that truly matter are your own and those of the few people who genuinely want to see you grow. Distractions don't just steal your time, they steal your focus and energy. Every moment you spend scrolling through meaningless feeds, engaging in unproductive conversations, or obsessing over things you can't control is a moment you could have spent building your future. Silence the noise by setting boundaries. Say no to things that don't serve your purpose. Turn off the notifications. Walk away from negative influences. Creating silence isn't just about cutting out the external chaos, it's about creating inner stillness. This is where you find clarity. This is where you hear the voice of your true self. Take time to be alone with your thoughts. Meditate, journal, or simply sit in stillness. In the quiet, you'll begin to see what really matters and what doesn't. When you silence the noise, you gain the power to focus deeply on what's important. You start to align your actions with your goals. you create the space needed to grow into the person you were meant to be. And in that silence, transformation begins. Building a new routine is the foundation of transformation. If you want to reinvent yourself, you need to start with the small daily habits that shape your life. Change doesn't happen overnight. It happens in the seemingly insignificant moments repeated consistently over time. A routine isn't just a schedule, it's a commitment to the life you're building. Every action you take should align with the person you want to become. Start by identifying the habits that no longer serve you. Are there behaviors that waste your time, drain your energy, or pull you away from your goals? Replace those with habits that push you closer to where you want to be. Wake up earlier to give yourself time to plan your day. Prioritize movement and exercise to build strength and discipline. Dedicate focused time to your craft, whether that's learning a new skill, advancing in your career, or pursuing a personal goal. Consistency is the key. It's not about perfection, it's about showing up every day, even when it's hard. Success isn't built on motivation, it's built on discipline. Your routine is your structure, your guide, your blueprint for progress. The more you stick to it, the more natural it becomes, until your habits start working for you instead of against you. Letting go of your comfort zone is one of the hardest but most rewarding steps you'll take. Growth doesn't happen where it's safe and familiar, it happens when you step into the unknown. It's easy to stay where things are predictable, where you feel in control, but that's not where transformation lives. Leaving your comfort zone means embracing fear and uncertainty. It means taking risks, knowing there's a chance you might fail. But failure is not the end, it's part of the process. Every time you push past your limits, you expand your potential. You discover strengths you didn't know you had. You learn lessons that shape your character. When you let go of your comfort zone, you start to see opportunities that were invisible before. You meet people, encounter challenges, and gain experiences that help you grow into the person you're meant to be. The world rewards courage, and the only way to find out what you're truly capable of is to step out and take the leap. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It's not something you're born with, it's something you build. Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. It's the decision to show up, even when you're tired, distracted, or uninspired. To master discipline, you need to focus on your why. Why are you doing this? Why does it matter? When your reason is strong enough, it becomes your fuel. Create systems and routines that make discipline easier. Eliminate distractions, set clear goals, and hold yourself accountable. Discipline is about making sacrifices in the short term for long-term gains. It's choosing the harder right over the easier wrong. It's saying no to temptations that offer instant gratification but take you further from your goals. With discipline, you don't just change your actions, you change your identity. You become the kind of person who doesn't quit, who stays focused, who finishes what they start. When you master discipline, you unlock the ability to achieve anything you set your mind to. It's not about relying on fleeting bursts of motivation. It's about building the inner strength to keep going, no matter what. And that's what separates those who dream from those who achieve. Reprogramming your mind is the key to creating a new identity and transforming your life. Everything you do, every decision you make stems from the beliefs you hold about yourself and the world around you. If you want to change your life, you have to start by changing the way you think. Your mind is like a computer running on software that's been installed over the years by your experiences, environment, and influences. Some of that software is outdated or harmful beliefs like I'm not good enough, I can't do this, or I'm stuck where I am. To reprogram your mind, you must first identify these limiting beliefs and replace them with empowering ones. Start by paying attention to your inner dialogue. What do you tell yourself when you face a challenge? Are your thoughts building you up or tearing you down? Replacing negative self-talk with positive affirmations is a powerful way to shift your mindset. Tell yourself, I am capable, I am resilient, and I have what it takes to succeed. These words may feel unnatural at first, but repetition builds belief. Visualization is another powerful tool for reprogramming your mind. Close your eyes and imagine the person you want to become. Picture yourself achieving your goals, living your dream, and handling challenges with confidence. The more vividly you see this version of yourself, the more your brain starts to believe it's possible. Your mind begins to align your actions with this vision, moving you closer to it every day. Your environment also plays a crucial role in shaping your mindset. Surround yourself with people who inspire and uplift you. Consume content that motivates and educates you. Limit exposure to negativity, whether it comes from others or the media. The more you immerse yourself in positivity and growth, the more your mind adopts that as its default state. Reprogramming your mind takes time and effort, but it's the foundation for lasting change. When you shift your beliefs, you shift your identity. You no longer see yourself as someone who is stuck, afraid, or unworthy. Instead, you see yourself as someone who is strong, capable, and deserving of success. And when you change the way you see yourself, the way you show up in the world changes too. That's the power of reprogramming your mind. It transforms not just your thoughts, but your entire life. Embracing the grind is where true transformation happens. The process of becoming unrecognizable isn't glamorous, it's messy, difficult, and often lonely. But it's also where the magic happens. The grind is the space between where you are now and where you want to be. It's the hard work, the late nights, the early mornings, and the countless sacrifices that build the future you dream of. The grind is about falling in love with the journey, not just the destination. Too often, people get caught up in chasing results, wanting instant success without putting in the effort. But the truth is, success isn't an event, it's the result of consistent, deliberate action over time. It's waking up every day and choosing to do the work, even when you don't see immediate progress. During the grind, you'll face moments of doubt. There will be times when it feels like nothing is changing, when the goal seems too far away, and the temptation to quit becomes overwhelming. These moments are critical because they test your commitment. This is where most people give up, but it's also where the few who persevere set themselves apart. Embracing the grind means finding purpose in every step, no matter how small or insignificant it seems. Every rep in the gym, every hour spent learning, every sacrifice you make, it all adds up. The process is what shapes you. It builds discipline, resilience, and strength. It's in the grind that you develop the character needed to sustain the success you're working for. Don't be afraid of the hard days, they're the ones that matter most. When you embrace the grind, you begin to understand that every struggle is a step forward. Every setback is an opportunity to learn. And every time you push through the discomfort, you grow stronger. The grind isn't just a phase, it's a way of life. It's a mindset that says, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. When you learn to love the process, the results become inevitable. The grind is what separates those who wish from those who achieve. And when you emerge on the other side, unrecognizable and unstoppable, you'll realize it was the grind that made it all possible. From invisible to invincible, this is the transformation that happens when you choose to work quietly behind the scenes, focusing solely on your growth. The process of disappearing, stepping back from the world, is not about avoiding attention. It's about becoming so deeply consumed by your purpose and your progress that the world doesn't recognize you when you finally emerge. In today's world, people are often caught up in the need for validation, the desire for instant recognition, and the rush for external approval. But the most powerful transformations happen quietly when you're not seeking attention. While others are distracted by the noise, you're focusing on the work that will shape your future. You're laying the groundwork for success even when no one is watching. This phase of invisibility can feel isolating, but it's also a time of incredible power. It's when you focus on sharpening your skills, strengthening your mindset, and developing habits that will eventually lead you to success. You're building yourself up from the inside, creating a solid foundation that will carry you through challenges and setbacks. When you commit to this quiet growth, the world around you doesn't see the transformation taking place. They don't see the hours you've put in, the sacrifices you've made, the small victories you've celebrated. But one day when the time is right, you'll reveal yourself a version of you that is stronger, more confident, and more capable than anyone could have ever imagined. The invisible work you've been doing in the background will finally come to light, and people will be amazed at how far you've come. Emerging as an unrecognizable force doesn't happen by accident. It requires patience, dedication, and the ability to stay focused on the long-term vision. It's about becoming so deeply aligned with your purpose that nothing else matters. The opinions of others, the distractions of the world, they become irrelevant because you are so focused on what you're creating for yourself. When you allow yourself to disappear for a while, you give yourself the space to transform in ways that others cannot see. But when the time comes to reveal the new you, it will be impossible for anyone to ignore. Your growth will speak for itself. You won't need to announce your success because it will be evident in every action you take, in every step you've climbed, and in the power you now radiate. You won't just be unrecognizable, you'll be invincible. Guarding your energy is one of the most essential practices when working toward transformation. In a world that constantly demands your attention, it's easy to give away your time and energy without realizing how much you're losing in the process. The people you surround yourself with, the activities you engage in, and the information you consume all have an impact on your mental, emotional, and physical energy. To truly transform, you must protect your energy with intention and purpose. Every person you interact with has the potential to either uplift you or drain you. The more time you spend with individuals who are negative, toxic, or unsupportive, the more your energy is depleted. You must become aware of these influences and set boundaries accordingly. You can't afford to give your energy to people or situations that don't align with your goals. This doesn't mean cutting people off entirely, but it does mean choosing carefully who you invest your time and emotional resources in. Learning to say no is one of the most empowering tools in protecting your energy. You don't have to accept every invitation, respond to every demand, or engage in every conversation. Your time is precious, and saying no to things that don't serve your purpose allows you to say yes to what truly matters. It's about prioritizing your well-being and making sure you're spending time on activities that fuel you rather than deplete you. Your environment is equally important. The places you spend time in, the media you consume, and the activities you engage in all play a role in shaping your energy. If your environment is chaotic, negative, or filled with distractions, your energy will quickly be drained. Create a space that supports your growth, a space that is peaceful, inspiring, and aligned with the person you want to become. This might mean decluttering your physical space, cutting back on screen time, or limiting exposure to negativity in the news or social media. What you consume mentally and emotionally is just as important as what you consume physically. The thoughts you allow to enter your mind, the conversations you engage in, and the content you consume all impact your energy levels. Surround yourself with positivity, inspiration, and motivation. Read books that empower you, listen to podcasts that challenge you, and engage with content that lifts your spirits. Be mindful of what you let into your mind, because it will directly affect how you feel and how you show up in the world. Your energy is sacred. It's the fuel that drives your transformation. When you protect it, you become more focused, more resilient, and more capable of facing challenges head on. The more intentional you are about guarding your energy, the more you will find yourself aligned with your purpose and moving forward toward your goals. As you protect your energy, you'll create an environment that allows you to thrive, and the transformation you desire will unfold with greater ease. Purpose over pleasure is the fundamental mindset shift that propels you toward lasting success. In a world that constantly tempts you with instant gratification, choosing long-term fulfillment over short-term pleasure is what sets the truly successful apart. The journey of transformation requires sacrifices, sometimes difficult ones, but it's these sacrifices that create the foundation for lasting achievement. Instant pleasure is everywhere. The quick fix, the instant rewards, the distractions that promise temporary relief. It's easy to give in to these urges, to indulge in distractions that offer fleeting happiness or comfort. But these moments of pleasure are often empty. They provide a momentary escape, but they don't bring you any closer to the life you truly want to build. They keep you in the cycle of temporary satisfaction without leading you to permanent fulfillment. On the other hand, choosing purpose over pleasure means making decisions that align with your long-term goals and values, even when the immediate reward seems far off. It's about choosing the hard right over the easy wrong. It's deciding that your vision, your dreams, and your future are more important than the fleeting pleasure of procrastination, laziness, or indulgence. It's the willingness to forgo instant gratification for the sake of your greater purpose. This mindset shift requires discipline. You need the strength to say no to things that pull you away from your purpose. This might mean giving up things that are fun in the moment, like binge watching your favorite TV show, scrolling through social media, or eating foods that don't nourish your body. It might require putting in extra hours at work, dedicating time to learn a new skill, or sacrificing social events to focus on your personal development. The short-term sacrifice is never easy, but it always pays off in the long run. The reward of choosing purpose over pleasure is a sense of fulfillment that is much deeper than momentary enjoyment. When you align your actions with your purpose, when you make decisions that support your goals, you create a life that is not only meaningful but also deeply satisfying. The pleasure you experience from achieving something significant, from pushing through challenges, or from mastering a skill is a far greater reward than any instant pleasure could provide. In the end, true happiness comes not from indulging in temporary distractions, but from building something real, something meaningful. It's about knowing that the effort you put in today will pay off tomorrow, that the work you do now will shape a future that aligns with your deepest values. Patience and persistence are the quiet forces that will carry you through the inevitable challenges on the road to transformation. In a world where we are conditioned to expect immediate results, the true power lies in the ability to endure, to keep going even when the road ahead seems long and uncertain. Transformation is not an overnight process. It takes time, it takes effort, and it requires an unwavering belief that what you're working toward is worth every bit of struggle. Patience is not about sitting idly by while life happens to you. It's an active quality, a deep understanding that growth happens gradually, step by step. It's the ability to keep working, to keep showing up every day, even when things aren't moving as quickly as you'd like. Often we want to rush towards success, but real lasting change is a slow process. It's about trusting the process and knowing that every small action, no matter how insignificant it may seem at the moment, is moving you closer to the person you are becoming. Persistence is the fire that keeps you going when things get tough. It's about maintaining your commitment to your goals, even when obstacles appear or when success seems distant. There will be moments when you question if it's worth it, when you wonder if you're making any progress at all. But persistence is what separates those who succeed from those who give up. It's the ability to keep pushing forward, to keep believing in yourself, even in the face of failure. Every time you get knocked down and choose to rise again, you build the resilience that will eventually carry you to the finish line. The journey of transformation requires both patience and persistence. Patience to allow things to unfold in their own time, and persistence to ensure that you keep moving forward no matter how many setbacks you encounter. These two qualities work hand in hand, creating a powerful force that will eventually lead you to the life you've always dreamed of. When you learn to embrace patience and persistence, you stop measuring your progress in terms of immediate results. Instead, you focus on the growth that happens each day. You start to see challenges as opportunities to learn, not as signs of failure. The process becomes less about reaching a destination and more about the person you are becoming along the way. And when the time comes, as it always does, to reveal the unrecognizable version of yourself, you will realize that it wasn't the momentary bursts of effort or the fast results that got you here. It was the patience to allow growth to happen at its own pace and the persistence to keep going when every part of you wanted to quit. With patience and persistence, you can achieve things that others might consider impossible. Breaking free from limitations is a necessary step to truly transform. Often the greatest barriers we face are not external but internal. They come from our own limiting beliefs, fears, and self-imposed restrictions. These limitations shape the way we see ourselves and what we believe is possible. To become unrecognizable, you must shatter the walls that hold you back. Step outside the comfort of what you know and embrace the limitless possibilities that lie beyond your current reality. The first limitation to overcome is the fear of failure. Many people are paralyzed by the idea of failing, so they never take the risks necessary for growth. But failure is not the enemy, it's the teacher. Each failure is an opportunity to learn, to adjust, and to improve. When you remove the fear of failure, you open yourself up to greater opportunities, knowing that mistakes are part of the process. It's through failures that you gain the knowledge and experience needed to succeed. Another limitation is self-doubt. We often limit ourselves by doubting our own abilities and questioning whether we are worthy of success. We compare ourselves to others, feeling inadequate or unqualified. But the truth is, you are already enough. You have the potential to achieve anything you set your mind to. Breaking free from self-doubt means learning to trust in your abilities, believing in your worth, and recognizing that the only person who can hold you back is yourself. Limiting habits also play a significant role in holding you back. These are the small daily actions, routines, or mindsets that reinforce the idea that you can't have what you want or that you're not capable of change. Whether it's procrastination, unhealthy eating, or negative self-talk, these habits form a pattern that prevents you from reaching your full potential. To break free, you must replace limiting habits with empowering ones. Focus on creating routines that align with your goals, ones that will help you move closer to the person you're becoming. Breaking free from limitations is about seeing beyond what you currently know and believe. It's about pushing past the boundaries you've set for yourself and reaching for the life that's waiting for you. When you break through these limitations, you open up to new possibilities. You begin to see the world differently, no longer as a place filled with obstacles, but as one full of opportunities. The process is not easy, but it's worth it. As you dismantle these limitations, you'll start to feel freer, stronger, and more empowered. You'll begin to realize that the only true limits are the ones you place on yourself. And when you break free from them, you'll discover a world where anything is possible, a world where you can truly become unrecognizable. The power of self-reflection is an often overlooked tool in the journey to becoming unrecognizable. Self-reflection allows you to step back from the hustle of daily life, giving you the space to assess where you've been, where you are, and where you want to go. It is the practice of looking inward to understand your thoughts, behaviors, patterns, and motivations so that you can make conscious decisions that align with your true purpose. Without self-reflection, it's easy to get caught up in the noise and distractions of everyday life, losing sight of your goals and your deeper aspirations. We can fall into routines driven by external expectations or unconscious habits without ever questioning whether those actions are truly serving us. Self-reflection forces you to confront the truth about your actions and decisions. It allows you to recognize areas where you may have fallen short, where you've made mistakes, and where you can improve. But it also gives you the opportunity to celebrate your victories, no matter how small, and to acknowledge the progress you've made along the way. Taking time to reflect means being honest with yourself. It means asking difficult questions like, am I living in alignment with my values? What fears or insecurities are holding me back? What patterns do I need to break in order to move forward? These questions aren't meant to shame or discourage you, but rather to guide you toward greater self-awareness. When you understand the underlying reasons for your behaviors and decisions, you can begin to make changes that bring you closer to the person you're meant to be. Self-reflection also provides clarity. It helps you see the bigger picture, allowing you to reconnect with your purpose and your long-term vision. When life gets overwhelming, it's easy to lose sight of why you started your journey in the first place. Reflecting on your experiences reminds you of the why behind your goals, reinforcing your commitment to continue despite setbacks or challenges. This clarity can reignite your passion and help you regain focus when you feel lost or uncertain. Moreover, self-reflection offers you the opportunity to let go of past baggage. We all carry stories from our past that influence our present. These could be regrets, guilt, trauma, or limiting beliefs formed by negative experiences. If you don't take the time to reflect and process these emotions, they can continue to dictate your actions and hinder your growth. Through reflection, you can release these old narratives, learn from them, and move forward with a clearer, healthier mindset. The beauty of self-reflection is that it doesn't require any special tools or external input. All you need is time and the willingness to be honest with yourself. It can be done through journaling, meditation, or simply taking a quiet moment at the end of each day to think about your actions and experiences. The more regularly you reflect, the more you begin to understand yourself and your true desires. Self-reflection is the key to continuous growth. It allows you to assess what's working and what's not so that you can make adjustments along the way. It ensures that you don't lose sight of your path, even when things get difficult. And it helps you stay grounded, reminding you of who you are, what you've overcome, and why you're striving for transformation in the first place. When you make self-reflection a regular practice, you create a powerful feedback loop. With each insight you gain, you become better equipped to make decisions that support your growth. With each shift in perspective, you become more attuned to your authentic self. In time, this process of constant reflection and evolution will lead you to the place where you are truly unrecognizable, the person you were always meant to become. The importance of surrounding yourself with the right people cannot be overstated in your quest to disappear and become unrecognizable. The people you choose to associate with have an immense influence on your mindset, your energy, and your progress. Whether consciously or subconsciously, we are shaped by the people we interact with, and this is why it's crucial to be intentional about who you allow into your life. When you are focused on transformation, not everyone will understand your journey. Some may even try to discourage you or hold you back with their doubts, negativity, or limiting beliefs. You need to be mindful of these influences and choose to surround yourself with individuals who support your growth, challenge you to be better, and encourage you to keep pushing forward. These people are not just friends, they are catalysts for your transformation. They are the ones who believe in your potential when you may not, and who hold you accountable when you slip into complacency. It's easy to stay comfortable with familiar faces, but in order to truly change, you must be willing to distance yourself from those who no longer serve your growth. This doesn't mean you have to cut off everyone who disagrees with you or holds different views. But it does mean evaluating who consistently uplifts you and who consistently drains your energy. The wrong people can keep you stuck in old patterns, preventing you from evolving and stepping into your true power. Being surrounded by negativity, gossip, or pessimism can weaken your resolve and slow your progress. On the other hand, surrounding yourself with people who inspire you can fuel your passion and determination. Seek out individuals who have achieved what you're striving for, those who challenge you to think bigger and act bolder. These people might be mentors, colleagues, or even new friends who align with your values and vision. When you surround yourself with others who are also committed to growth, your own transformation becomes easier, more enjoyable, and more meaningful. Their energy, wisdom, and experiences will help you stay on course, even when the journey gets tough. Having the right people in your corner also means having a support system that will help you navigate the inevitable challenges and setbacks that come with transformation. No one achieves greatness in isolation.